5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
All right. You shouldn't, if you want to pull your chair and then you won't have to deal with the mic. You'll be hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right there, I think, yeah.
We've had these 3 deer out here every morning I've been here so far. Big, like bucks.
Oh, yeah.
And they just sit right here. Every morning I wake up, they're right here, all 3 of them.
Because it's hunting season, man. They know what they're doing.
Is it hunting season?
Yeah.
Why? Hey, let me ask you a question. Why are they butting heads?
Because they're rutting. They're starting to rut.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So that's a male thing?
Oh, yeah. The males are going to be together right now.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, kicking each other's butts for dominance.
It's weird. It's like there's an older one, and then there's one in the middle, and then there's a young one with the little horns.
Yeah, so that's the dominant one, and they're hanging. And they got their rank already. They're ranked out.
Really?
And then what happens is if another big boy comes in, the 2 big boys will go at it, and the other ones will back off each other.
Really?
And then like the 2 spikes will go at it too. They know.
Literally butting heads for the right of the herd.
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like they're like practicing or like
playing.
They're just like
No, these
doing it
guys
super
together,
slow.
the rank ones are like, you like to say big rack, medium rack, little rack.
Right.
Or big body, small body. They know, right? But like I said, if another big boy comes in, it won't be for fun.
Really?
Yeah.
And so all the males hang together? Are they teaching the other ones? Is that
No,
what it
they're
is?
not hanging. They're getting ready to rut. They're competing for a female.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they want to breed.
I didn't know it was hunting season.
Yeah.
I knew they just got done with elk.
Mm-hmm. And so deer and elk, and I don't know if it's rifle. Now it switches into rifle now, but bow season starts first. Then it turns into rifle. But yeah, this is the time from end of August till end of October.
I was talking to Tim over at the hatchery, not Boston Tim. And he elk hunts every year.
Yeah, that's all he does. He's
Yeah, dude, but he's 10 years now since he's had an elk bow hunting.
Yeah, well,
he goes every year, and I'm just like...
But you got to realize bow hunting is like steelhead fishing.
Right.
It's just a unicorn thing, man. It's just...
Right. You almost got to get luckier than you'd...
Yeah, and you got to draw the right area and do your thing. And then the deal with bow hunting is you got to get close, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get within,
50?
Some guys are doing these 80-yard, 100-yard shots, but realistically, 30 to 50 yards is what you want to be.
Anything past that's almost irresponsible, right?
Well, nowadays, man.
With the technology and the bow.
You can smoke them at 80 yards, man. These guys, there's guys that are shooting over 100, but that's like wide open fields. And
Do you hunt?
No.
I never have either. We were just talking about it this morning.
I tried, because I get them in my backyard. I get deer and elk. Dude, I couldn't do it. Yeah. I did the shit.
Yeah. We were just talking,
Dude,
literally.
I can't do it, man. And I thought, and I bird hunted for years. I've been a dove and quail, up and game and duck guy for years. And it's like, dude, I got this, no problem. Because I want the meat.
Right.
I don't care about horns. That
Just
doesn't
had this
impress me.
conversation this morning.
Yeah, I don't care about horns at all, but it's like, dude, I tried. I had one like coming in my backyard.
Couldn't pull the trigger?
And then I'm like, all right, dude, he's coming in. I'm like, cool. And I got my bow out there and he came in. I'm like, oh, shit.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man.
We were just talking about the idea that I love eating elk.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But I can't do it.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, this is what I can't stand about these PETA people and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you're out there eating stuff. Dude, if you're hardcore, then don't go there. You know, don't go there, man.
Yeah.
Don't go there. And I don't go there. I respect everybody that's doing what they're doing. I just personally can't do it.
Yeah. And there's nothing about me that wants to field dress an animal either.
Well,
that part
to me is, I think I would dig that because I can know what's actually cracking, what's going on, right? Especially now when me and the wife try to eat organic when we can and all that. I would love to see how these things are butchered and how stuff's going on.
Sure.
Because you're surprised, man. You really get surprised.
Well, it's not the process of doing it. It's the work. Like, I don't want that kind of work. I don't clean fish anymore.
Well, and
you know what I mean?
especially now with my condition, I would have to have somebody with me to do it and stuff. There's no way I could even pull that off.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Right.
But I would do it.
Do you mind talking about your condition?
No, I don't care.
Because it's kind of the catalyst for what you're doing, right?
Yeah, man. For sure. That's what, obviously I'm not a veteran. My dad is. But
right.
Yeah, we can totally talk about that.
Right on. Let's go. How long have you had the hook?
So I've been there 8 years now, part owner for 4 and full owner for a year and a half.
Yeah. Right after.
I'm actually, Yeah, about a year and a half. Yeah.
Right. I remember when you were getting ready to do it.
Yeah, so it stalled. It was supposed to be about a year earlier, but it stalled with my partner. Don't want to get into that situation, but yeah.
Yeah, right. We didn't leave him.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the Hook Fly Shop in Sun River for the fan that might watch. So prior to that, you were down south still?
So we've been up here 10 years this year. We've been up here 10 years. And so we can talk about that if you'd like.
Well, were you in Fallbrook?
No, I was actually in Oceanside, Hemet San Jacinto Valley,
Gotcha.
Temecula area.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so kind of 3 different spots. Vista, San Marcos too. Kind of jumped around as a kid, or early 20s. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And settled down with my wife in San Jacinto, California in 2005. We got together and then had a kid.
Did you have history in Oregon? How'd you end up in Bend?
No.
In Sun River?
So how it worked was my stepmom moved up here to Bend. She lived. You ever heard of Idyllwild, California?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. She lived. In
We were there last year for an event.
Yeah. So my dad built custom homes in Idyllwild all over. He was a very good builder. And my stepmom and my dad were together for 14 years. And my dad had a stroke, died of a stroke. Okay. Once my dad died, another thing happened where my stepmom, Sheila, a big fire came through there. And she's like, okay, I'm done with this now. I'm too old for this. I can't handle this. And it came right up, almost lost her house. Some of her friends lost some homes. And she goes, I'm done with this. It's just, Idyllwild was just a tinderbox. Nothing like it is here. You think this is bad. Idyllwild was just ready to rock.
Oh, yeah.
So much overgrowth, so much, stuff on the ground.
And that bark beetle that went through that whole area and just dried those trees out. They were like matchsticks.
You nailed it, bro. It was the bark beetle.
Yeah.
The bark beetle caused most of it, right?
Right.
So the big fire happened. She's like, hey, I'm getting out of here. So she moves, and about, 8 months to a year into it, we still keep in contact. And she goes, hey, Jay, you need to come check this place out. I think you dig it. A lot of water up here, a lot of fishing, this and that. So I flew up the first time, checked it out. We drove around. It was wintertime. And I'm like, man, this place is pretty cool. Never realized how good the fishing was, but kind of read about it and got into it. No fly fishing yet. This was all new.
So that's what my question was. So you don't come from California knowing how to fly fish?
No. So my background is fishing, right?
Bass?
Bass and saltwater.
Yeah.
So I did amateur bass fishing.
Oh, rad.
For years. Did pretty good at it. And also I was a charter master out of San Diego.
Oh.
For the tuna boats. So you had to go through me on the big private stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I did for years too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so fishing is in my blood.
Right.
I dug it. And so to tie all this together, I came up a second time, started looking for houses, stuff like that, and told the wife, I said, hey, I really dig it. You need to come up. So she flew up on her own. She dug it too. She was staying with my stepmom. And at the same time, she's like, hey, I want to check out the schools. My wife's a school teacher, as you know.
Oh, that's right.
And so she went to the Ben Lapine job fair just to see what it's about, how the teaching is up here, what the teachers are about, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, there was like 500 people there, big old turnout. And she was just kind of going through the schools, checking them out, seeing what was up. We were still embedded in Southern California still. We weren't deciding we wanted to move yet. And next thing you know, long story short, when you sit at these little booths for these job fairs at each of the schools, you're talking with the principals, maybe one of the teachers or stuff like that. And the Three Rivers Elementary and middle school principal and teachers were there. She sat down with them, had a good conversation, that was it. She came back, she goes, hey man, I like the Ben Lapine school area. It's pretty nice. I do like this Sun River Lapine area, yada, yada. She even told Tim, the principal at Three Rivers, about it. And that was that, she flew back down. I was still working at the water district. She was teaching down there. Everything was okay. Wasn't happy at the water district, but then about 3 weeks later, she gets a phone call, and it's from Tim, the Three Rivers guy. And
job offer, huh?
She goes, whoa. She goes, hey man, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I think you misunderstood me. He goes, why is that? She goes, I don't live up here. We're thinking about moving up here, but I just wanted to check it out. And he goes, oh, okay. But he goes, so you can't interview up here? She goes, no. He goes, well, you got an iPad? And she goes, yeah, why? She goes, well, can we do a Skype interview? And she goes, I guess. Dude, next thing you know, she's got the job. They liked her.
What is she teaching?
At that time it was kindergarten,
Gotcha.
and that's what she is. She has a master's degree in early childhood development.
That's got to be a fun age to teach, dude.
She's a specialty at it. Just this year she switched over to first grade, but that's a whole nother deal. So yeah, she actually tells me, she goes, hey, you know, I know you're unhappy. Let's quit your job. And I was like, I had a really good job at the water district. I was a certified water operator, you know.
What district? What is it?
Eastern Municipal Water District, the second biggest water district in Southern California.
So where's that out of?
It was based out of Paris, California,
okay.
Riverside area. Yeah.
Were you living out that way?
Yeah, we were living in San Jacinto, which is about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, had our house there and had our first kid, you know, and second kid, you know, about 4 years old. And, you know, we were cruising along, man, but we were tired of California.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally understandable.
The jazz. And so she said, quit your job. I quit my job and we freaking did it, dude.
Awesome.
So the house I'm in now, I want to kind of mention this because it's a big part of it. I'm not rambling on this one, but
it's all good.
Yeah, it's even emotional. So the house I'm in now in La Pine, went up. So I got to backtrack. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Yeah.
When I came up that second time to visit my stepmom to actually look for houses, you know, after Danielle got the green light to get this job, I'm like, oh, we got to find something, right? And I'm like, I don't want to rent. I got to buy. I don't like the rental thing.
Right.
It's not a good gig.
Right.
And so I got hooked up with this realtor. We drove around the Sun River La Pine area, which I didn't really know what was what. And so we drove around, and this realtor was kind of showing me these dilapidated old rentals that were for sale now. And I finally told her, I kind of pulled over and I said, hey, man, we need to talk. She goes, what's going on? I said, you're showing me profitable stuff for you guys, but dilapidated on mine. I said, yeah, I'm a contractor. I can do this stuff, but for these prices, this is not going to work for me.
Right.
And I just kind of dropped her on the spot right there. Got on Zillow, started looking at for sale by owner stuff. Found my place in La Pine, which was like too good to be true. Like pictures were beautiful, beautiful landscape. Had the big 40 by 40 shop, you know, everything just done up, you know, backed up to BLM land. And it was for sale by owner. And so I called these people and I said, hey, you know, this and that. She goes, yeah. I said, here's my issue. I said, I don't have no Oregon street credit yet though. And she goes, oh, I understand. I said, you know, we could totally qualify for a house, but with Oregon standards, we need to be there for a year. And she goes, yeah, oh, yeah,
all right.
I understand that. And I said, so would you be willing to lease it for a year? And she goes, you know what? Let me talk to my husband, but my brother just did it and he had a good experience. I said, hey, I can show you a retainer of what money we have in the bank for you for a down payment. We're legit, good credit, yada, yada, good people. So I flew up again and checked the place out. And it was just like, dude, it was everything.
Perfect.
It was no bull crap. It wasn't no fake
right.
internet crap that you see, right?
Right.
So the first day I show up there, talk to the wife, and she's showing me the deal, give me the tour. And she goes, hey, my husband will be back tomorrow. He's actually on a fishing trip on the coast. I said, okay, cool. So I do the deal the first day, and then she goes, and he'll show you all the man stuff tomorrow, like the shop and how things work and yada, yada. And I said, cool. So the next day I show up again. I'm like, hey, guys, how you doing? Nice to meet you, to the husband, and very cool dude, too. And about 10 minutes into it, we're walking. I can remember exactly what happened. We're walking in between the house and the shop, and he says, hey, man, I'm sorry, I got to tell you something. And I said, what's up, man? He goes, last night we got a full cash offer for our house. And I said, man, totally understand, bro. Like, thanks for even considering. Right. I said, I get it. I don't have full cash, man. I have that down payment. He goes, yeah. He goes, but me and the wife talked last night, and we're going to give it to you guys. We're going to honor that. And I'm like, so.
Well, that's really cool.
Bro, I mean, he started crying. I started crying. I'm like, dude, you guys don't even know. Like,
a
full cash offer, and you're still going to give it to us? You know?
Wow, good for you.
It was crazy. So
good for him.
Yeah. And so here we are, 10 years later.
40 by 40 shop?
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I've been looking at property up here.
And nowadays, to be honest, Joe, and I ain't trying to say anything, but I could not afford to live in my house today or buy it.
Right.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Just the shop alone would cost you over $100,000.
Right.
You know.
So. Right. We were looking at just land with water and power.
Well, you know,
so to the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I've been looking at all these really cool prefab kind of houses they make now. They used to feel like mobile homes, right?
Yeah.
Like a double wide. And
No,
they're not
dialed.
anymore.
They're dialed.
Now it's awesome.
But they've inflated even now, too.
Yeah, they have. But it's less money than coming up and buying a custom home or a home up here now. It's getting expensive.
It's getting expensive, man.
And I was looking out towards Sisters a little. I want to be a little,
I love that area.
I want to be a little out of Bend, but Bend accessible.
So Sisters, Tumalo area is great.
It's expensive now.
It's expensive. Like that was our first choice, to be honest with you. But we realized right then and there we couldn't get any land or a shop.
Right.
There wasn't many shops out there. That's where Lapine had more shops because of the snow. People had to work in their shop in the wintertime.
Oh, right.
Shop. So, yeah. So
You get how much snow you guys get?
we get a lot, man. I mean, I
Like
think
a couple feet?
over 5 feet.
Holy cow. Bend doesn't.
On average? No. Ben gets like 18, 24 inches, something like that.
What? They're right here.
Yeah.
Is it that much in elevation?
Yeah, so we're at 4,500 feet out there.
Oh, Bend's at 32 or something, huh?
Yeah. Bend is real high desert. We're like high desert pines,
Yeah.
you know.
So how does that move? Do you just go to the hook and go like, hey, I need a job?
So that's where this all ties in, right? So my wife being a teacher, right? The other kindergarten teacher there would consider her partner teacher, Carol, was the previous owner's husband
Oh,
of the hook, the guy I bought from, Fred.
is he the guy that's still there?
No.
Gotcha.
No. Fred moved to Grants Pass. Once he retired, when I bought, they moved. So that's how this ties in, right? So I get to kind of know Carol and Fred, and then Fred goes, hey, man, come by the shop. And he goes, I know you're a fisherman. I know you're not a fly fisherman, but hey, come by. So he hands me this 3-weight fly rod, and he goes, hey, man, here, this will get you started. He goes, you know fishing. It's just consider it a new weapon for you. Learn
Right.
this and that. So I went out to the Fall River one day, that's when the Fall River sucked. All the fish were leaving. It was not a good place, but I went out there and I was nailing fish. I come back in the shop. He goes, what? You did that? And I said, yeah. I go, I don't know. He goes, man, that's pretty good. You know, this and that. And after 2 winters of carpentry dying off in the winter because of you can't get around, there's too much snow.
Oh,
He goes, hey, man, you want to work in the shop a little bit? And I said, yeah, let's do it. I asked the wife, and I said, hey. She goes, you know what? It's steady income. We can budget off this. Let's do it.
Right.
And did that for 2 years. Became a manager that 3rd year. And then Fred, we were driving to the Hunter Fishing Expo in Redmond to buy a boat for a customer. And that's when he hit me up about buying the place.
Now, did you buy it originally with a partner?
Yeah. So
That-
I bought
that's
his
how
half.
that-
I bought
I
his
gotcha.
half. Long story short, Fred owned it by himself, brought a partner in once his kid went to high school. He wanted to see more of his kid stuff, brought a partner in. That was John. Don't want to get into that deal, but then that's when it all kind of, the partner thing from him started. So I bought Fred's half.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He gave me an opportunity to buy it like he did when he was young and carried the note for me.
Now, since we're talking about putting together this program on the mend and doing this stuff with wounded warriors and police officers, a lot of different kind of things, right? This isn't just specifically towards military, or is it for you?
To be honest, it can be. I just kind of go with, like, for me, Joe, I totally do the veterans discount through the shop. A lot of times how I know, because a lot of old school veterans will not come out. I'm a vet, but you see that USSA card and that kind of hey man, are you?
Is it a credit card?
Yeah, it's a credit card. And USAA, yeah, that's what it is. And a lot of times that's how I open the conversation. Hey man, are you military?
Gotcha.
Or a veteran? And most of the time they say yeah, or they say, oh no, my mom or dad is. I go, okay. Because that's when I say, well, you get 10% off.
When I ask, it makes sense, right? Because most programs that are set up to do this kind of stuff are set up towards veterans.
Yeah.
Like I don't know of many sort of PTSD mental health programs set up for everyone,
And
right?
so-
It's very compartmentalized into veterans or police officers or something, right?
Exactly. So that's my first end. And then from there, it usually starts a conversation, It's like, okay,
Right.
what'd you do, this and that. And then a lot of times what I do is it's visual. I see somebody coming in with a limp.
Right.
I see something like that. And that's sometimes not necessarily veterans, but that's like a stroke victim or a brain hemorrhage or something like that.
Aneurysm or something.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Right.
And then that kind of ties in with me. It's like, hey man, I know what you're feeling. And then, you know, the wife will be with him. We start talking and it's like, you know, and then we become friends.
Were you doing it prior to your thing?
Just the veteran
Or did
stuff.
that kind of open your eyes to like, oh crap.
Yeah. So always Fred, he was big on the veteran stuff. And
Okay.
so I took that on.
So there's a history there.
There's a history just with the veterans. No
Right.
PTSD, none of that stuff.
Right.
Right. Did a little bit with the Project Healing Waters before me and stuff like that. Those guys would take those guys out and stuff. So I continued that on. But until I had my stroke, I took it to the next level. It's like, hey, I want to do something here, man. I've realized like I got pretty lucky. There's some other ones that ain't so lucky, man.
Including your father, right? Who passed from
he
this.
didn't make it.
Right.
He didn't make it.
So let's go into that real quick.
Yeah.
So we're talking 2 years ago, right? Has it been 3?
Oh no, my dad's been gone 9
No,
years.
your stroke.
My stroke's 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
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 I don't know anything about strokes other than.
You know me either, and a lot. Even your own doctor.
Do you know
doesn't.
why?
For me, I'm learning more. Still can't pinpoint it. A doctor will give you that I don't know exactly,
Right.
Because it covers them.
Right.
You know, high blood pressure, you know, all that kind of stuff. But tying into my dad, we're finding out through another veteran that came into the shop from Klamath Falls, a veteran outreach program guy. We're finding out more and more that the Agent Orange that my dad had passed on to me.
Oh,
And so I get those symptoms. I get that.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, because
It like attaches to some sort of genetic.
it's a gene thing, man. And they're even saying now that it even could go to my kids.
Wow.
That's how gnarly.
Was your
this
dad
stuff-
in Vietnam?
My dad. So here's the deal with my dad. My dad was the Agent Orange guy. He was in Air Force, and he loaded the planes daily with Agent Orange. He was soaked head to toe in it.
Oh,
My dad was the worst of the worst. When they looked at my dad's DD-214, they were like, "Whoa."
what's that? Is it medical report?
It is a report. I believe I'm probably going to get corrected on this.
Yeah. We
But-
always consider
But
that.
it is a report where it shows where you were stationed, what you did, yada 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 for the military.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So your military resume.
kind of thing, right?
Right.
It says, hey, you were stationed in, Okinawa, and you did this.
How old was he when he had the stroke?
My dad was 63 years old.
So did he have other symptoms,
My dad
or was it just a stroke?
My dad was not overweight like me. My dad was a pretty healthy guy. Ambidextric, hell of a, my dad's been in Fine Home Building magazine for his carpentry.
Oh, gotcha.
My dad,
Okay.
My dad's real deal.
Craftsman.
Built Bob's Hope's house
Oh,
in
rad.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
He was no joke, man. Him and my grandpa. So I was third generation. I was blessed to learn from him and my grandpa.
Right.
So me out of high school, kind of going on a different path right now. I didn't go to college. I started making money because I knew
Right.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting back to my dad. Yeah. Died from that. Real good guy, gentle, good guy, big guy, over 6 foot tall.
Is Grandpa also a vet?
No, I do not believe he was.
Really?
Yeah.
So just dad?
Yeah, just my dad. Well, Vietnam, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
drafted, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go. Yeah.
He get drafted in the Marines or the Army?
No, Air Force.
Air Force.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Air Force. Yeah.
And did he stay in the Air Force the whole time? Oh, that's right. He was loading. Did he stay there the whole time?
Well, as long as his tour was.
Yeah, I was telling you about Tom, right? Tom enlisted
Yeah.
into the Air Force and was
Yeah.
there through basic training. And then they just came up and went like, hey, we sold your contract to the
and that-
Marines.
And that maybe could have happened. I don't know, but he was with the Air Force loading planes. My dad was also a very good mechanic, so he was used.
Right.
Pretty
Right.
well
That's a
there.
good skill set there.
Yeah.
So you had your stroke 2.5 years ago, walking, and just all of a sudden,
Yeah, so I've dealt with high blood pressure my whole life, but I had no symptoms, man. That's what stunk for me.
meaning it
Like
just
I-
happened all of a
Like
sudden.
I didn't walk around like, for instance, maybe you guys, you can walk around and go, man, I'm not feeling well. I feel I feel it in my head. I feel it in my ears.
Yeah,
ringing.
yeah.
I didn't have any of that stuff, man. I just was walking my dog. Well, the only thing I had was one day I came home and it was kind of during cold and flu season because my wife being a teacher brings all kinds of crap.
Yeah, I'll
to
bet.
kids.
I'll bet.
I said, man, babe, I ain't feeling that good. And she goes, okay. Took some Theraflu, woke up the next day, felt fine. I came home from work that day, walked my dog, and as I was walking my dog, I felt my legs starting to get a little goofy, but it wasn't like weird. It was like sciatic feeling.
One leg?
Yeah.
Okay. Left
leg. And, like your sciatica's bothering you. Ever had that issue?
Absolutely, 100%.
So it's like very common, man. I even Googled it. Like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. I slept wrong. Sciatic's kind of funky. Told the wife, she goes, you know what? I don't like this. Called her friend, her husband is the fire captain on the Pine. She goes, don't go to urgent care. Take him down to the station. We'll throw him in the ambulance, hook him up and everything, see what's cracking. I was pissed. I'm like, I didn't want to do it.
Right.
I hate doctors. I don't like the whole deal. So I get down there, and she tells me, hey, tell him to chew an aspirin, too. So I chewed an aspirin, went down there, and they hooked me up to EKG in the ambulance. They were bored, so I had like 5 guys on me.
Right.
And they hooked me up, and my wife's there with me, and they're like, dude, your heart's fine. I told my wife, I said, I told you, babe, I'm good. They're like, hold on, we got to get your blood pressure still. And they kept trying to get it, changing cuffs, couldn't get it. Couldn't get my blood pressure. Finally, they got it. They're like, dude, get out of here now. Either we can take you or your wife can take you. You got to get to the hospital. You're pinging right now. And at that time, my blood pressure was 250 over like 130, 140.
That's crazy.
Well, we're not to the crazy part yet. And so
it just gave me a little anxiety to even think about.
Bro.
You know what I mean? I was just like,
I'm going to get you right now.
Great.
So we haul butt down to St. Charles
Where's that? Red?
in Bend
Oh, okay.
to the ER. We get signed up, and, my wife goes, hey, this is what's cracking, this and that. And they don't rush me right in. This was during COVID.
Oh, wow.
So
That's right, because I came up and you were out.
We were wearing masks and all that.
Right.
The whole jazz. And so I'm waiting there 20 minutes. And I'm pinging, dude. I'm pinging.
Can you feel it?
I could feel it.
Is your heart racing?
Yeah, because I get that anxiety because I got that white coat syndrome. Just going to the hospital and doctors.
White coat syndrome.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so finally they call my name, and the triage nurse is like, how you doing?
Yeah.
All of a sudden she hooks me up. She goes, boom, the alarm goes off. She goes, oh my God, get him in here now, get a bed, get this and that.
Oh,
So,
I would pass out.
So here we go, dude. They get me, and my blood pressure is 292 over 191.
Oh my God.
Should have died right there, bro. I mean, I should have been dead. Set records at St. Charles. They never see anything like it. I shouldn't be sitting here right now.
292.
Over 191.
So what do they do?
So, they're popping me with the nitroglycerins. They're trying to do everything. But at this time, this is what's crazy. And it's not their fault. I don't blame them. They're still thinking viral. They don't think stroke yet.
Oh, because of everything that's going on.
Because everything that's going on.
Right.
So I can't blame them for that.
Right.
So I probably could have took one of those pills that save you from having the stroke that unclogs.
But they haven't registered at that moment that this is a stroke.
No. So they're just, at this time, they're just trying to get my blood pressure down. That's their main focus right now, right? So I remember doing that. They get it down a little bit, and then they're starting to do MRIs and a CAT scan. They do the CAT scan first, and then they do the MRI, and I come out of the MRI machine, and I'm like, I don't feel good. And I said, hey, man, I'm going to throw up. They're like, yeah, no problem. And they had a throw-up bag ready for me. I just remember throwing up, and that was it. Don't remember anything else. So I wake up the next morning. My wife is flipping out.
Take your time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the doctors and nurses. Going, what the hell did you do to my husband?
Right.
And I can't respond.
Oh, man.
I'm a vegetable. I can hear him. Can't talk. Can't move.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, Josh. Yeah.
That's like the worst night. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
If you want to stop this, I'm good.
You're good. I
all
mean,
good.
This is part of it, man.
All good.
It's all good.
All good, brother.
And so I'm like, damn, like, what happened? And then finally, my wife, and I'm listening. They're like, yeah, he had a stroke after the MRI. And that's all I remember, right? So I'm like, now what? Crazy.
So is that stroke brought on by that high blood pressure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. How long were you like that?
So I was in the hospital 17 days.
All like that?
No.
Okay.
First.
That's fucking torture.
Oh, yeah.
No.
First 3 days. I don't want to say, maybe first 48 hours, still couldn't move. Could hold my wife's hand a little bit. Couldn't move. couldn't talk. By day number 3, they propped me up and said, "Hey, we got to get you moving, man." I said, "Dude, it ain't happening," because they have me on drugs.
Oh yeah.
They have me on so many drugs,
Right.
dude. So
Calm you down.
yeah.
What was it? Just for that to calm you down, or
No,
was,
it's just
was there pain meds? Were you in
the
pain?
blood pressure? Yeah, gnarly.
Yeah.
Strokes are gnarly,
Because of the nerve that.
dude. Everything, your brain and your nerves are just going crazy. I was on high doses of I forget what they were using on me, but high doses of like a muscle spasticity medicine, painkillers, plus the blood pressure medicine. So I was like,
Oh yeah.
and I finally on day number 3, I started talking, but I sounded like I had a 12-pack in me.
Oh. Right.
And then the doctor comes in, the stroke doctor comes in and has to like tell me, "Hey, you got to watch swallowing your tongue.
Right.
You've got to watch this. This is what's happening." Like, there's a lot of precautionary now that you need to do because your body is not functioning and you could kill yourself basically.
Right.
Because your body's not functioning like you normally want it to. And I remember him trying to get me up with this like seatbelt gurney thing, and they said, "Hey, you got to walk." And I remember like taking a half a step and, "Dude, you guys are wasting your time.
Yeah.
I can't move."
Yeah.
And I played their game, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right." And so 3 days later, I get in a wheelchair, and I'm still in ICU or PCU, they call it then. One step above ICU, like graduated from ICU to PCU.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I was there for 7 days, and then they put me into. They had a bed open for me, which was kind of rare for that in-house rehab for strokes, right? So they take me down to this place where this bed is, and I'm around a bunch of strokers, all old dudes, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And you're 50 what at the time?
No, I'm 43 years old.
Oh shit! I thought we were the same age.
No, I'm 45.
So you're 45?
I'm 45 now. Yeah. I was
Gotcha.
43.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I'm in this bed, you know, with these guys that are just zombied out. And here I am. Luckily, and the doctor even says, "I can't believe this, but your brain is like good." Like I was remembering stuff. Like I even said, "Oh, at the shop, this is going on. Like I got to call this person and this and that." They're like, "Man, like how is this dude remembering this stuff? Usually you're cooked."
Oh really?
Yeah, you're cooked. For the stroke I had, you know, you're usually just
That's it.
yeah, you're kind of just one of those, you know, kind of dudes. You know, I wasn't. Right? I was still.
I don't mean to
Go ahead.
interrupt,
No,
but
you're
when you said the kind of stroke that I had, 'cause I don't know anything about this, and
It's
we don't have
ischemic
to go.
stroke. No, it's an ischemic stroke, so it means that was a clot that cuts it off. It wasn't a bleed.
Oh,
So the bleed is one where you see their skull cut open.
yeah.
That wasn't mine. Mine was the clot that shuts the oxygen off and the blood flow that cooks your brain. Because your brain needs blood flow to work.
So when the doctor's telling you, like, "Hey, man, be careful, don't swallow your tongue," does he telling you how to be careful, or do you have to sit there all day?
yeah, and how to eat your food, how to swallow,
Gotcha.
because that's part of the symptoms of that stroke
Is that muscle loss?
that muscle losses, so you can really choke on your own tongue. You know, you got to really be careful. Like swallowing was a pain in the butt for me. I remember taking a bite of food and going,
yeah, right.
and it was just, and that lasted for damn near a year.
That's terrifying.
man.
Oh, it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
I mean, the thing, I would not wish it upon anybody. I mean, just knowing, and then here's the other part that I still deal with. I had a panic attack 2 nights ago. You think you're going to die all the time.
Yeah, we talked about this before
Yeah.
because I have a depression anxiety disorder, and I've been hospitalized several times for panic attacks. And there's no way to explain to anybody
Well,
the idea that
so-
I just feel like I'm going to die.
So you know this, Joe. I mean, 2 nights ago, I thought I was having a heart attack. I
Yeah.
was having a panic attack. But I thought it was my heart. They're like, "Oh, here we go, Josh. You're going to stroke or have a heart attack right
So
now."
how do you deal with it now? Do you take
know,
something?
No. So here's the deal with me. They put me on, I'm sure you know about this stuff, but so right off the bat, I had a really cool doctor. And by the way, I want to put a shout out to all the nurses at St. Charles.
Awesome.
Best.
Yeah.
Best
Let's
ever.
give them this.
Yeah. Best ever, man.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people that don't have that.
No, I mean, if it wasn't for them, didn't have a will to live, they were killer. Doctors and nurses, awesome.
So they put you to go to antidepressants. Is that what they
And
did?
that's what I was going to get into with you. So had one doctor come in, and he was a runner. He was a cool doctor. He was one of my guys that were helping me get better. And he says, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you about something." Because I was just like, you know, on everything, man. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a runner, and this is what happened to me. I fell and I broke both of my ankles, bad. So I was out for a year. And as a runner, when you can't walk, it's pretty bad. So I took Lexapro, man, and I'm like, whatever. I mean, I guess. And so I got to back up a lot, guys. You're talking to a guy that doesn't even take ibuprofen.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Tylenol, bro.
I know what you mean.
I'm not a drug guy.
Right.
You know, never was, never been that guy. So for him to say that to me was like pretty gnarly, dude.
Now, is he giving that to you because you're talking to him because you're afraid? And
yes, he wants to prescribe it like, hey, I'm going to give you my story on it just to let you know, to ease your mind. I'm like, all right, man.
But are you giving him information? He says, oh, this guy's in trouble here. He needs help.
No, it's just a normal stroke thing.
I got you.
They're gonna
That's
do
what I
for
was
you.
wondering. Gotcha.
Because strokers are panicking all the time.
Right.
Thinking they're going to die.
Right.
And so he tells his story. He's cool. My wife and I agree upon it. All right, let's go for it. So they start me on it. Well, I don't know if you know this, but Lexapro takes like 3 weeks to a month to kick in.
Yeah. Right.
So they start me on it, and I'm on it, and then kind of jumping all over the place.
It's all right.
But I go through, I'm doing my PT, I'm on Lexapro and everything else. I'm on everything under the sun. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I finally, 17 days later, I get out of the hospital, right? I'm like, hey, you can go home now. They wanted to keep me for more in-house rehab. I'm like, I want to get the F out of
So
here.
at that point, what part of you are they rehabbing? I mean, it's left side?
Yeah, they're trying to get me to walk.
So it's leg, arm, face?
Just basically take your body and split it in half.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel nothing really, dude.
Oh, still?
Yeah, it's
really?
Yeah,
So it's numb.
it's numb. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Do you understand why?
Yeah, it's just the connection.
I was going to
the
say, so
nerves.
something's turned off, there's a light switch off, and the electricity there, and the power's
and it
not
slowly
running.
comes back.
Right.
I mean, it's coming back. But right now, it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever got a Charlie horse or a dead leg.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel all the time.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
So that lack of
But
Yeah.
you got motion.
sensation.
Oh, I
Right?
got everything.
Yeah,
I got everything, but it's slow. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Gotcha.
okay. And so I remember getting out of the hospital. Everything's fine. I'm at my house, and then we got to go to my first doctor's appointment. Backtracking. Part of the stroke too that I didn't mention was sleep apnea, severe sleep apnea. So they figured
Because of the muscle control loss stuff?
before caused the stroke.
Oh.
So what does it
Makes
only
sense.
So the sleep, when you deprive yourself of sleep for so long, that also spikes your blood pressure because you're choking. You're not breathing.
Right. Right.
I mean, you see the little racing stripes on the side of my face. That's my mask.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
The CPAP?
I just got one of those.
Yeah.
Too.
Do you
And
wear
it-
it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lifesaver, man.
I think we have a friend.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd wear Jody, who just had a heart attack. Had to have like quadruple bypass and all that. But he's a heavy snorer. Like Jody's a house rocker. And I was talking.
I was
about
a house rocker.
Yeah, and I was like, I wonder if that had something to do with it too. You know what I mean?
No, it all ties in.
Right.
Right.
And one of the doctors was like, "Hey, I can tell you what it is. Part of it is sleep apnea." They did a test in the hospital. Like, dude, you're. So I was not only the blood pressure. I set records for. I quit breathing when they did the test. I quit breathing every 40 seconds.
Holy shit!
Yeah, bro. So
So did you have to do a sleep test too for yours?
Oh yeah.
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 Did you wear a sleep app last night?
No, I have a.
You have
I have
a-
a dental thing.
Yeah.
That I travel with.
Yeah,
if it's
right.
Just for a couple of days, but
I remember that.
I'm working towards that.
yeah.
I want to get to that. I want to get to that level.
Yeah.
Is
Is that thing hard to sleep with?
I'm used to it now. I need it now.
At first, like the first couple nights seemed like it would freak me out.
Well, dude, so background on me again. I was a wrestler, right?
Me too.
Yeah, I was a high school wrestler, pretty good at it. One of my problems that kind of benefited me as a wrestler, I was claustrophobic. So if a guy came over, I was
Oh, you just freak out.
oh, dude, you ain't pinning me, bro.
right.
It's over
Just
with.
that chest right
yeah,
here. It's
you know when they do that.
Oh, I
you
know
what I'm
exactly,
talking
man. I
about?
wrestled all through high school.
And so when that happened to me, 9 times out of 10, it's like not happening, dude.
It's the worst thing you can do to Josh.
Adrenaline kicked in, man, and
Just throwing people in the
yeah.
air.
So yeah, that mask was very restrictive, and I would in the middle of the night rip it off.
Yeah. I've done that too.
Yeah.
You know?
But like they're better than they used to be.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I got the right pillow, and I use one of those My Pillows, so it kind of absorbs in there. It doesn't hurt it.
Gotcha.
You need that suction, so it helps with the suction.
Right.
I can do my thing. So yeah, all tied in. That's going on. So let's get back to that Lexapro thing. going back to my first doctor's appointment for the sleep study thing that they're going to do to get me my CPAP, which they put me on a list and it was 3 months out. Me being so severe, they put me on this crazy list and I got mine in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how gnarly,
Okay.
That's how gnarly I was, right? So I'm going to it, and all of a sudden, we're driving through the circle of Sun River here, and I panic. I think they're going to put me back in the hospital. I start losing my shit.
Yeah.
My wife's like, calm down. You're not. I'm like, stop the fucking car. I can't do this. She goes, what is wrong? Well, it was Lexapro. It had an adverse effect on me.
Oh.
Couldn't take it. So that was my last day of that. So I have not been on any.
I think that's good. I think there's a place for it. I was on Prozac for a bit when they first, this was 2099 or something like that.
Yeah.
And right away, I think it was the act of taking something that kind of helped me. But over time, it didn't work for me.
And if you read about it, Joe.
But it served its purpose, is my point. When I first took it for a while, it served the purpose.
See, I never let mine serve my purpose.
Gotcha.
I didn't take it long enough.
Right.
I was on it 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Freaked me out.
Yeah.
Never happened. Haven't been on it since.
I hated the act of taking something every day to get on with my world. That part killed me.
I'm like an old man, man. I have the day and night
Toolbox.
every day of the
Monday,
week.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I hate it.
You still take a lot of meds for that?
I just went to the doctor the other day, and I still got to do it.
You know what's pretty impressive is that you got that kind of care here
Yeah.
in bed. You would think in a smaller place that it would be hard to find that good kind of care.
I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, if I was in my old town in California,
Oh, yeah.
I'd have been a dead man.
What do you got, Kaiser down there or something?
I'd
Or-
have been a dead man.
yeah.
There ain't no way.
Too many people, you think?
They just, they take care of you up here.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. There's just cattle car down there,
Yeah,
right? It's just
yeah.
one person after the other. They got 10 minutes for
And
you,
especially
whatever.
during the COVID down there, it was crazy.
Oh, it was crazy.
I mean, I lost 2 of my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have died. You know?
Yeah, that's
Did the
nuts.
ventilator
I didn't
thing
realize
too.
you're so young.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing now with everything? You said you had a panic attack the other day.
You know, they come and go.
Yeah.
I'm doing better.
Wait, let's go back. Prior to the stroke, did you have anxiety and panic issues then? Or did it only happen after that?
No, you know, I've always dealt with it. My mom has anxiety.
Yeah, it's genetic.
It's genetic.
For sure.
My dad, he was cool as a cucumber kind of guy. My dad went through a lot of trauma. You know, he kind of off subject, but he almost died at 22 years old. He was sleeping in his kind of granny flat deal at his parents' house after Vietnam with his grandpa, and the water heater line broke and natural gas was
Holy
flowing.
cow.
So great grandpa didn't make it. He died. They resuscitated my dad, but he was blue. He should have died. They got out of it. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So my dad's been through it, man.
You know, when you think about like all these guys that go through all this stuff and what it takes for you to even be here.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have, you guys should hear, I'll try to get you copies of it, but I have my grandfather speaking for this book for World War II. And he talks about his experiences over there. And there is no way I should be here. You know what I mean? Like all the things that have to line up for these guys to survive stuff like that, for you to even be here is crazy.
Well, and that's, you know, with my mom, talking to my mom about it, you know, my mom would always say, yeah, your dad said he'll never make it past 30 just because of all the stuff. That
Yeah.
happened, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he shouldn't have been alive and all the problems that he's gone through. And so,
I'm glad that you don't take anything for your anxiety when it happens, but it's okay to. You know what I mean? I went through a long time of doing it. Now I don't. I was telling Michael, I refer to like the anxiety hole.
yeah.
Like sometimes I just dig this hole. And it's just hard to get out of. Once it starts, it snowballs out my chest. The next thing you know, I'm in a dark place. You know what I mean? But there's a ladder in there now, right? So I can kind of climb out of that hole a little easier. But it took a long time, man, to develop the tools to be able to just go like settle down.
And you know, kudos to my wife, man. She's pretty religious. My wife was a partier. She's just clean slate now.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't do nothing. She's really religious. Just Christian, no crazy, no weirdo, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But you know, she has been like my stronghold, man, through this whole deal.
My wife did the same thing for me, man.
Bro. So when I have it, you know, like I had it 2 nights ago, and she was actually taking my daughter into town for her boyfriend's football game, and then she was going to go to a worship service. And you know, the next morning I woke up and I said, "Hey, you know, I have this." She goes, "Why didn't you call me?" I said, "What the heck was I going to do calling you? You were at worship. You weren't going to answer your phone. I just, you know." She goes, "Well, I would have freaking been praying for you or doing something, man.
Do you just gut it out when it happens?
Oh, dude, it's horrible. Well, you know.
I know exactly what. That's why I'm asking.
It's
You just gut it out?
It's brutal. I mean, I can tell you, I slept maybe 3 hours that
Yeah,
night.
dude, believe me, I know. I'm sure you've had stuff
And I
too.
think, honestly, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, I know. It's unexplainable. There's no. I would. My son has
If
it.
they took my blood pressure, it would be through the roof.
Yeah,
You know, it's just crazy.
I know. My son has it as well.
And it's so bad, as you know, that your body is worked the next day from the trauma. Like I feel it. Like, man, I got my butt kicked last
Yeah,
night.
a little sore, a little tired,
little tired,
a little worn out. Right? It's tension.
Chest hurts. You know,
Just
it's-
tension, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
So yeah, man. So anyway, let's get back to.
Yeah, no. This is
Yeah.
good because it explains a lot, right? Like as far as from the mental health side of why you want to do this stuff.
Right.
And I know we're calling this thing On the Mend, which is great, right? For fly fishing and
dig
everything. Yeah, me too. When did you come to the revelation that you wanted to do something like this? Was it when you and I were talking?
Well,
Because I mean, participating in is different than trying to build a legacy out of your shop, right? I mean, those are different things.
I'll be honest. You're the one who opened that up to me.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a legacy thing for me. It was like I told you, man. Like if I saw somebody, you know, if I'm having a beer at the Mexican restaurant or something, and a guy walks in and I can tell he's a vet or whatever he is, has some issues. Hey, man. Oh, you're a fly fishing guide? Yeah. Oh, man, that's cool. And then I can see if he's interested. And hey, man, by the way, if you want to go fishing, I'll take you. Oh, yeah, man. I go, no, man. It's on me. I'll take you fishing.
Yeah. So you've had that
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, I've always done that part, but not to go to this level, right? Like, hey,
Right.
To formalize it.
Yeah,
make it a thing.
yeah, exactly.
Make it yours.
Not to make it where people want to reach out to me and let's do this.
Right.
You know, I want to.
Right.
And like I said, I had that deal going on with Project Healing Waters when I went out and took those vets out.
Yeah,
And that was cool.
for sure.
Wasn't ideally what I wanted to do.
I think that like you and I talked about, I think the part of this is the conversation, right? And like you and I talked about, like, I don't know how to have this conversation with these guys or women or whoever it is, right? But I think the conversation is important for other people that are going through this stuff and guys that, you know, just people that have PTSD in general, you know, and for me, I really want to do this because I want to understand why a program like this works for them. Is it a free fishing trip? You know what I mean?
Well,
or is it really
yes.
just people giving a shit, taking them, saying, because for me to take wounded warriors out and do something like that is a thank you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm thanking them. I didn't do any service. You know what I mean? And so for me, I understand where I'm coming from, but I want to have the conversation as to why things like this are valuable, you know?
You know, and I didn't, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You know, when I did the Healing Waters thing, it was a great day. Had fun. You know, took a couple vets out on my boat. There was 3 guides out there. I think there were six vets total. But I want to kind of do my thing where it's kind of, you know, I get to vet them. I get to kind of check out the situation because, to be honest with you, Joe, and I don't want to sound difficult or arrogant this way, but the quiet ones are the ones that need it, bro.
Yeah.
Not the ones that, hey, sign me up, let's do it.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, if that makes sense, you know what I'm
for
saying?
Sure. Yeah.
And those are the guys that they'll never go because
Yeah.
they're never going to say they want to go.
They're not
Right.
joiners.
But they wanna go.
They're not, yeah.
Right.
They want to
Struggling
go,
with that
right?
They're not going to come across as in need.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean,
And that's the conversation we need to have.
and you know, let's go back to my dad, right? Where, you know, being a Vietnam vet, right, and all the stuff he went through, and me being in school, elementary school, I'll never forget it. You know, you're at your school assembly or a school play or something, and then, you know, back then they don't do it now, but back then they're like, hey, and you know, we just want to have all the veterans stand up and give them a round of applause for their service. My dad never stood up. Never. You would never know.
Why do you
Dad.
think? Just didn't want to be like,
I'm gonna say this, and I correct me if I'm wrong, because you do got the guys that, you know, Vietnam vet, this, that, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing this. They're cool. The quiet ones, bro, they had issues, man.
Yeah.
They're not going to brag about it. They're not going to be.
They don't want the attention of it,
and they don't want. And they're not. I don't think they're proud of it.
Right.
To be honest.
Right. I think there's a lot of that too.
Wow.
You know, and
yeah,
and
100%.
that might be wrong for me to say, but I think sometimes they're not proud of it. Yeah. You know, like for instance, I'll get into this more with my dad. You know, I was like, "Dad, are you going to stand up?" Like, but I'm like, "Why the hell not? You're a Vietnam veteran. Like, you served, man.
Yeah.
Stand up. Take your applause." Not happening. You know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
When you talk to Tom about it, when he came back.
Yeah.
And the welcome he got.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
So you don't know what's buried in there, right? Like, I don't even want to be associated with this shit.
But then my dad's good friends are like, you know, Marine, Semper Fi. Yeah, I did this. I went through the trenches. I did it all. They could talk about it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's maybe person to person.
100%.
You know?
It's perception's reality, right? So whatever the perception of what happened over there, that's his.
Yeah.
And he's got to deal with that.
I mean, he could have just been like, learned more about Agent Orange and saw what it did to him and been like,
well, you know, and then
like,
I always, like, for me, you know, when I was younger, man, I'll say this, and I was like, you know, Mr. Conservative, you know, Mr. You know, fight for your country, be good to your country, yada yada yada. My dad was always just kind of like this neutral guy, voted independent, didn't vote, you know, Democrat, Republican. Was kind of almost anti-government. I don't want to say anarchist, but just kind of stayed away from it.
Yeah.
Didn't dig it.
Well, he has a different experience with this government than we do.
Well, check it out.
I mean?
Here I am, 45 years old. My dad was the smart one.
Yeah. Right.
Now I see what I see now with both sides of the fences.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it with you guys on politics.
No,
I
right.
think
We
you guys
don't
are
do
both
that.
Right. I don't play that game.
Right.
But I think they're both stupid.
Yeah.
I think they're both corrupt.
You know what's interesting is his experience took him there, right? Because he's got an experience
Yeah.
with this government in a way that I'll never have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that might be why he doesn't stand up. It might be why
and it all tied
this
together.
stuff.
Here I am. It took me how many years? 40-something
Right.
years to realize going, man, my dad had it right.
Yeah. Right.
My dad had it right.
Well, at least he figured it out.
Yeah.
You know what I
know?
mean? I think this kind of a program we're talking about, what does it look like to you? You know what I mean? Is it once a year, is it as many times as you can? Is it just periodically? How do you participate in this thing? And then how big of a part of what you're doing at that shop does it become, right? And there's stuff to think about.
You know, that's a good point, Joe. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I'd like to see it grow into something where they can lean on me, you guys too.
Yeah.
And get their help. And whether it's me through fishing, whether it's you guys talking about it on a podcast or bringing in a medical, you know,
some sort of therapist or somebody to have the conversation
on that part of it. But if I can do the fishing part of it, which I know, I don't know anything else.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know the medical.
Well, no,
part of it.
but you do know, and you do have. I mean, clearly by just telling your story and how it affects you and your family and everything, you do have some stuff in here that you can share, right? Mm-hmm. And you and I talked about this before as far as men go. Mm-hmm. It's important for us to start having these conversations for these guys, right? And if Tom Cone comes up from Eureka and he can get us sort of linked into the VA, I look at this program as something that has legs, right? And it's community building. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is, really. And it's what we talk about, community health and the idea of a program out of the hook where these guys can get involved. And maybe they're not always fishing. Maybe they're doing other stuff for you for the program, right? Mm-hmm. You know, who knows? If you're selling hoodies, and who knows how many we sell? Maybe we sell 4 and we just end up sponsoring this thing. I don't know, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe we sell enough that it becomes a viable thing that it's really a part of the legacy of that shop. Yeah. And a lot of that's dependent, you know, you need good dance partners, right?
Well, you do. Mm-hmm. And with you guys, you know, you guys are the ones to get back to this whole thing to tie it in. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, you guys are the ones that kind of like, hey, let's try it.
Yeah,
let's try it. That's all we can say right now.
Right,
let's try it.
Right,
and
that's fair.
And I'm into it.
Yeah,
I'm into it, man. And like I said, even before you guys, when I saw somebody come in, especially after the stroke, I wanted to figure him out. I want to know what's cracking.
Yeah, right.
I was interested. Man, why is this guy limping?
Right.
Why does this guy have a half drawn down face here? I wonder if he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Wonder if he had something going on, you know? So,
and I think with the anxiety stuff too, right? Like it's good to talk. Mm-hmm. It's good to work this shit out because it's overwhelming when it happens. So the more you can have that conversation, the more you can just kind of train yourself into understanding what it is and not end up in the ER or other places, right?
Or,
and that toolbox gets bigger on how to deal with it.
And let's be real here, guys. I'm going to hit you hard with it. And you guys know this too. If this can keep someone or multiple people from thinking about the other side. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And let's be real here, guys. The more I look into it, happens all the time.
All the fucking time, man.
And I hate it.
It's a disgrace because there's things that can be done. You know what I mean?
It could be done. And me being, sorry, Joe.
No, don't.
And me being that guy at one time when I'm a vegetable going, hey, let's just, let's be done here.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
No, right.
For sure.
And I said disgrace. It's not. It's discouraging, right? It's not. It's nobody's fault. It's not a disgraceful thing. That was the wrong word. I just mean that like there's a way to get people involved and build that community, right? And so that they know where they can go. Maybe he's just having a bad day and he's local and he can just go see Josh in the shop. You know what I mean? Or whatever it might be. Yeah. And there's a welcome sign hung there for these guys, right? Yeah. And it doesn't have to always be in this thing. They feel like they have a community. Yeah. And I think that's important. I think that's the key to this whole thing.
That is so important. And like I said, you guys opened my eyes up on it. Me having what I went through helped a bunch. But yeah, before that, I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the biggest thing on my mind.
Right.
They came in, they got the veterans discount, and it was cool. And I was happy to do it. I've always supported police, fire, veterans, service members of our community. I think they get a short straw.
Yeah.
In our community.
Sure.
I really do.
Sure.
I'll still say this to this day.
Sure.
Especially what cops and everybody go through nowadays. It's just,
it's
crappy.
It's a crazy job.
It's crazy, so anyway, yeah, man, if this can organically grow, if that's the right word to say.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And
I think it's, I don't, it's kind of like when I talk to Michael about what we're doing. The guy that thinks that what you're trying to do, or the person or that wants to criticize any of it, there's nothing there to criticize, right? We're not making money off this thing. We're taking these people, we're going to do this thing. And hopefully it gets to the point where it can grow a little bit, right? It goes from taking a couple guys fishing to maybe an annual barbecue thing that you do for these guys and they come in. Or maybe it's a podcast where they tell their stories. Or maybe it's just giving that, like I said, by me being able to talk to people about my anxiety has given me that ladder in that hole.
Absolutely.
Right? So when I get it, it used to be just fingernails up the side, like Silence of the Lambs, right? Now there's a ladder in there and I can at least get out after a while. But that conversation's important.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I think that if that's what we get out of this thing, where there's that community and these guys have a place to talk.
And you touched on it too, on the, like the people that are quiet, it's the people that are isolated and feel stuck. Like if like the awareness and they can just like one or two go, man, maybe there's that. Maybe I'll do that instead of like going to a government handout thing, going to the VA, going to like, there's like that. I don't know, like,
and that's a good point because me as a man, you guys as men also, you touched on that, government handout thing. That's hard for them too.
That is a good point.
Totally.
Okay.
Everyone's proud,
Everybody's proud. And my dad was that guy.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. But what I do notice for me, when they're out on that boat, they can kind of relax.
Yeah.
They catch a fish and next thing you know, they're talking.
Yeah.
They kind of like, they're not tight anymore. They're kind of loosened up like, hey man.
And I think what's going to be interesting is the first time we do this, which hopefully May, let's get all our ducks in order and hopefully get this shit rolling in May. Even if we're not perfect, let's just do it. Because I think that if we get the right people and we can have a conversation with them and they're going to talk to us and then we can air that and put that out there, then I think the other guys, the quiet ones that are coming in, they're going to want to talk. Because I think that, well, like you and I talked about, that the cool thing about this program On the Mend is to not ignore why we're doing it, right? We have to have this conversation. You know what I mean? We have to be able to talk about this or the program doesn't really work. Yeah. Then it's just taking guys fishing, right? Which is fine too.
Yeah.
But the conversation is the important part so that these quiet guys and the guys you're talking about that don't want the handle, that they can go, oh, I can go over here and fish. And then we talk about it and then they're helping, right? And so that's the way this thing dominoes out is the conversation.
And it kind of, the term kills two birds with one stone, right?
Right.
You know, they get to go fishing, which they wanted to do, but yet they get stuff off their chest.
Right.
Man, right.
Right. And I think that bringing Tom in is huge because now we got a guy that's suffering with Agent Orange issues now, right? And we've got a guy that's willing to talk about his story and talk about the trauma and talk about this stuff. And he's going to bring a couple guys with him and they're going to show the rest of these guys that hopefully we can get in touch with that it's okay to talk about this shit. It's okay to cry about it. It's okay to, and it's okay to just not want to get too far into it. Your story's your story.
Totally fine, man. Like I said, I grew up with a dad like that.
Right.
And it was, guess what? It's okay.
Right.
It's
It's okay to not want to get too far into it. But I think what we're going to find, hopefully, is that people are going to talk. There's going to be limits. Nobody wants to talk about the horrible shit they did somewhere or anything and why they're traumatized or what happened to them. But the idea of how they deal with their trauma is what we're dealing with, right? Why does this work? Why does going fishing work? You know, why does having these conversations work? And you're going to hear from these guys. No, you're going to hear, well, if me talking helps one guy, then that's why I do it.
Can we get into that? Like, I'd like to know why, like, exactly why do you think that works? You know what I mean? Is it because it's like indirect? Like you're not talking directly at it. It just like emerges. That's my.
It's
theory,
what he and I have
right?
talked about since we started trying to do this.
But I can tell you my point of view on that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
Please.
Yeah.
I really can. So let's not even talk about veterans right
Right.
now.
Right.
Let's talk about people taking fishing that they pay for a guided trip with me, right? I watched them. You know, I've taken, so I'll give an example. Andy Medler, the head honcho of Edward Jones.
Oh, okay.
The man,
Right.
the CFO, the top dog, 50,000 employees underneath this guy.
Right.
He comes through my fly shop and goes fishing. Him and his son go fishing with me.
Really?
I had no idea who he was. I thought we get a lot of Edward Jones guys through the lodge because they get points
Yep.
for vacations.
Real quick, I came here with a buddy of mine who works for Edward Jones. His
that's
family
fun.
got vacation here.
And so every time Edward Jones guys calls, I'm like, I love you guys. You guys are polite, cool, always treat my guides well. We have a great time. And so when Andy called to book a trip, I said, oh, Edward Jones, right on, man. Yeah, I love you guys. Give him the spiel, this and that. And he went fishing on a river one day, and he went fishing on a lake one day. He went with me. He happened to be with me. And went on the river one day with Bridget and had a great day. It was cool. Then he went on the lake, and I was just like, hey, him and his son, really nice guy. And here I am, Mr. Gimpy, and he's out there, like I said, not knowing who this guy is. I think he's a normal Edward Jones guy, run-of-the-mill guy. We're out there launching the boat. He's pulling rope, helping me launch the boat. Hey, Andy, can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
And I'm going, no big deal. We get out fishing. We just happened to, thank God, we had a just lights out day. And this is what I want to get into about how this works. So at first, they're both kind of quiet, and when it's quiet on the boat, it's tough. That's when Josh has to kick in and say, hey, man, what do you guys like to do for fun?
Right.
What's your hobbies, And
Right.
so we start talking about that, but we happen to be catching fish, though. We had a little lull one time, and I said, so, what do you guys do for fun? Oh, we like to play tennis. And I forget the son's name now, but, I said, oh, you're a pretty good tennis player? He's 14, real quiet kid. And he goes, yeah. I said, I bet you are, man. I can tell you're quiet. I bet you're really good at it, He goes, yeah, I'm pretty good. Andy, yeah, I play tennis too. I like to run, this and that. Cool, right on. And then I pop off, man. It's kind of quiet. I goes, oh, Andy, what do you do for Edward Jones, man? And he got quiet. I'm like, Josh, you son of a, you dipshit.
Yeah, right.
Like he didn't want to talk about work.
Right.
You went there, bro.
Right.
You're just trying to be cool, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to talk.
Just trying to find
and I'm-
something to
right,
say.
right.
But you could tell that was like wrong thing to say, man. He paused for about, I want to say a good minute. And I'm like, okay, let's change the subject. And he goes, I'm the CFO. And I go, oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
I'm sitting here thinking about how he launched the boat, how he's pulling it. He's doing all this stuff. And I'm going, and I'm going, what? And he goes, yeah. I go, well, man. And he goes, yeah. And I appreciate what you said about Edward Jones guys. That means a lot, this and that. I said, hey, man, I'm just telling the truth. You guys are awesome. And I said, oh, right on, man. I said, so how long you been there? Once he opened up, I said, oh, I've been there this many years. And I said, were you a ground up guy? He goes, yeah, man, I was a ground up guy. I said, that's awesome, dude. That makes me feel cool that, you started at the bottom and worked yourself up. So long story short, to tie this all in, we have a great day. He even says to me, which made me feel awesome. He goes, hey, man, I'm a lake guy now. I'm with you.
That's
man.
big.
I'm with you. And he goes, and by the way, I'm putting you on our website, and you're awesome, and we had a great day, and just thank you so much. And I said, thank you, Andy. Thank you. Him and his wife came in the shop the next day, gave him some hats and stuff. They're like, heck yeah, man, we're representing you. I said, man, you're awesome, Andy. Thank you so much, this and that. But getting back to it, when they're doing that, they open up. They become relaxed.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that, for me, with the veterans thing too, I think that's going to help them kind of open up their shell a little bit and say, hey, you know what, we're in a comfortable spot here. And especially me being kind of relatable with my injury, I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to work, man. I think, and I've took, like I said, the Healing Waters guys was cool, but just those experiences. And I have, other clients that even if they don't catch, they're like, man, it's so beautiful out here. We had such a great day. And it's like, you can tell genuinely, like, they had a good time.
Yeah, it is relaxing. And I think that
Right?
to answer to why they talk and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I think that it is an atmosphere. I've been on boats with fishing guides all the time. I've done a ton of them. And it is that place where you're just floating. It's usually beautiful out.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
I always tell people
You're doing what you love to do.
Right.
And there's some walls that come down a little bit because I'm doing it with a guy that loves what I love, right? And there's a moment there of connection.
Well, and my spiel is, I always say, man, when you're fly fishing, you're never in an ugly spot, man.
Yeah, right.
You're never in an ugly spot. You're
Right.
always in a beautiful place.
Yeah, right.
So.
Right.
Well, I'm excited for it, and I think that I think you're the right guy. I do, because I think that I'm not, because of what you've gone through, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's, unfortunately, it makes you the right guy.
Yeah, but let's turn a negative into a positive, right?
Right. Right.
So,
But I think that you got the
Yeah.
right attitude for this thing, and to really help these guys out and want to get into those stories and tell yours, and so that we can all kind of communicate on a different level, right? And in hopes that these guys, especially the guys that are local, which I'm hoping most will be, that they have this community, this place, right? That they can come, they can go see Josh, talk to Josh, and it'll be like that for you. You're going to have all these guys doing that. And I think that legacy builds itself.
Yeah.
And when I use that word, I don't mean like it comes across as like, oh, this legacy.
Personal
I just mean this idea of it's okay to have a business and give back, right? Like that's the legacy here, right? Participating in your community with their mental health and helping them get through shit, because there's a lot of people out there, especially nowadays. It's crazy, and just to have a little connection with someone makes a big difference for people. I want to say thanks for coming over here and doing this. I think it's important. We talk about this a lot. This isn't just about doing business this is about partnerships, right? And it's about having partners, right? It's not, I've been in business before where you have vendors and you have things and it's hard to find a good partner. You know what I mean? So that's what that is for us, is to really partner up with you and do this thing in a way that helps build this community, right? Absolutely. That you care so much about. Absolutely, man. Right. And I think your story will resonate. And I think these guys are going to see the vulnerability in and the honesty in it. Yeah. And I think it's going to help them connect in a way that they might not otherwise on just a fishing trip somewhere, Absolutely. So I appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. Really quick, I just wanted to explain what the program is. We kind of are assuming everybody understands what we're doing.
That's a great point.
And just to quickly
I think that,
give overview,
Yeah. The idea is to set up through the Hook Fly Shop. I'm glad you did that. To set up a program, not dissimilar to Healing Waters and programs like that, but to build one out of the shop called On the Mend, where we're going to take people fly fishing. We're going to sell hoodies through the shop and online, and we're going to donate 50% of the proceeds to this program. That hoodie will be your hoodie. And that program will get that money in perpetuity. You know what I mean? For as long as we all do this thing, that money will go there, and we'll take those funds to take these guys out, these women, men, whoever it might be, take them fishing. And then for us, Josh and I, that's been really important since we first talked about this, was to then have the conversation and sit down with them and actually not just go, okay, thanks for coming, and let them off the boat. There's other programs for that, There's other people that do that. I don't think it's really what we want to do. I think we want to have the conversation. The conversation seems important. So on the mend we're trying to do what the name is, right? We're trying to mend things and within a community of people so that they can have a place to talk, a safe spot that they can talk in, right? And
absolutely. And also just to go fishing.
right.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's be real here. If they just want to go fishing and get it off their mind and have a good day out there because they don't have good days, that's what we're here for.
Right.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I want to kind of touch base on too, it's not just mental. Okay. You know, if you have a physical ailment from war or something like that, or you've been through something too, hey, that plays a part too, man.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've got an 18.5-foot sled with nice comfy chairs. You can sit down, you know, have a good day of fishing. We'll do what we can to get you out there. If it takes a couple guys to load you or whatever, we'll do it, man.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
So where can you get one of these hoodies?
At bigneighborhood.com or at the Hook in Sun River.
Hook Fly Shop.
Hook Fly Shop.
Yep.
Go in to see Josh.
At hookfish.com.
Is that what it is? Hookfish.com? Perfect. Perfect. Thanks for doing that, Michael.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have a specific design just for that. Anything from that one.
Yeah.
We'll go to there.
Right.
Yep.
And that specific hoodie will in perpetuity will those proceeds will go to your program. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we are, you know, everybody out there listening, you know, this is just kind of slowly getting started. So give us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hope we launch our first one in May.
Yeah.
And take these guys out, take Tom and these guys, make a connection with the VA here, somebody that can come and help facilitate a conversation. Let's see where it goes. And I'm glad you said what you said because, yeah, we want to have the conversation. We want to, but if they don't, that's okay too.
It's okay, guys.
Right. I got you.
I dig it. And, you know, in between now and then, if you guys want to call the shop or come out fishing or set something up between now and then too, feel free to, man.
Awesome.
Ask for Josh.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.